the function of the heart and plain words be born again. As a British rural family of Ethiopia, representing the state in person of His Imperial Highness Crown Prince Zana Yako Asowasen Haile Selassie, with thanks. Yes, I desire to be asked to pay tribute to such a great patriarch, Ras Highness, and I do that with great pleasure. From my youth, I have been always find myself amongst elders and sitting at their feet and learning, and Ras Highness is one of those elders who, and meeting him, he would take me back way down to memory lane. And as a memory lane, his memory of the lane and the track across the bar ride is like that of a library, as I had read once attributed to him, like a walking encyclopedia. So whenever we met, he was so joyful despite his physical restraints. But I know him before he got into such an advanced stage where his vision was impaired and his movements were limited. But despite all of that, every time we see a service, he was never complaining. He was always enthusiastic to reason and to be updated. So I learned, and we all learned so much from him about the history of the movement. I mentioned he was a walking encyclopedia. But more than that, he was also willing to learn, to be updated. So every time that we came to see him, and being in Ethiopia back and forth, that's where I'm zooming from now. He'll be so anxious to learn of the developments in the movement. So he was both a teacher and also one willing to learn. He was a very humble person. So we give thanks for him. And he was also one who was willing to work for the unity of the movement. He cut across all divides in terms of mansions and doctrinal differences. He showed great respect and appreciation for me, for us, not only us, but all the brethren in the community, despite whatever persuasion. Because he realized that there was a common interest amongst us as brethren, which is to get our act together, to develop ourselves, strengthen ourselves, and to fulfill the vision of repatriation, which our fathers fought and died for. So, anytime I came from Ethiopia, just like Brother Martin planned, he'd be so anxious, Even Martin was an example, laid in bed ill, he would sit up, right? Because they wanted to hear of their labor, that they labored and lived their lives and gave their lives at times for. I learned very much was one of his favorites, and he always told one day, and also about the school of adversity that he went to. So as I was encouraging one day, try to go to that school, try to go to a school, which was so much stress, like what he and all our forefathers went through to hold the red, gold, and green flag, and the good name of Ethiopia and His Imperial Majesty. So we give thanks for our service for standing up, and I tell you, even when he was ill, I never heard him complain. A man who lost his sight, and when you see him not even going, "Boy, you are so you're good today." Not like that. He was so anxious to hear and to reminisce about history and many things too. I'm in the movement from 14 years of age, so we could go way back and relate to certain things and even back further in the movement. And so he was greatly appreciated by all of us. He was a very humble and loving man. He showed great love to my family and respect to all of us. And even Israel. Every time he would ask us about this brother, who's that brother. So he was more than anything a loving and humble person. So we take a great page from him. We pray the Most High. We thank the Most High God for sharing him with us. And we pray that the example that he set in us working together in a positive way, that we can be able to keep that going and keep the red, gold, and green flag flying. Although he never set foot on the African side, I remember speaking to my sister said, there are many great Africans who fought and died and have not put a foot on the African continent. So he's one of those who fought and died for our cause, that we are now reaping the fruits of his labor. He was very interested in the Shashamane Foundation, the work that we are doing in Ethiopia. And whenever I came to see him, we would pray together, read the Bible together. And one of his favorite psalms was Psalms 87. The Lord is my light and my salvation, who shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked came upon me, people of my flesh, they stumbled and fell. My praise shall be continually of thee. Where my strong refuge. Then I praise, and with thy honor God within. Ask me not of in the time of old age, forsake me not when my strength fails. And then I just go forward to verse 18. It says, know also when I'm old and gray-headed, O God, forsake me not until I have shown thy strength unto this generation, and thy power to everyone that is to come. So that was a prayer that God was praying, and he did that. He showed the strength of the Most High God to all of us, and that we in this generation could also come to further work, which is to really get a foothold in Africa, and also work with other brethren in mutual interest in developing our families. So I pray and give thanks that she rests in peace, and that we as younger ones and those who are younger than me take up that road, keep the flag flying, the red and green flag flying, because the Lord has given a band and that fear him, that he might be displeased because of thy choose that I will love in liberty and liberty. We see the Ethiopian flag, the lion carrying a scar across over his shoulder, which represents Christ, and Jesus Christus, Yeshua Mashiach. So we have to uphold that. When we met, we always quoted to each other as much the speech about the Bible, and that was a great encouragement to all of us. So we pray for his family, we pray for his wife, Darnita, who is here with us. We pray that Virgin will zoom in on her, encourage her, and we give thanks for all that has been supporting him in his life. As one great person said, I don't know the other person, but he says he wished that 6 men would carry him in this life rather than to carry a coffin, a body, a shell, or a tent in a box after he passed. So Mr. I hope and I know there were more than 6 who helped to carry him. I remember Brother Roy McPherson played such a major role in helping him, and Sister Akua, all those who rallied around Pastor George, and those of them who were our sister Bonete, those are people, some of the 6 people went to carry him. When I started going to America, it was around the middle of 1958. My family was going to be moment. There is another place in Kingston where I and I would have a large gathering, largest gathering, in the heart of the slum. A place known as Bacawal, and where I have my gates there too. I was in Warwick, and then visit Bacawal, and start to use that as a quarters.
They face continuous rain and campus leading to their closure, including the military officers. Arrests were made, ones with possible after the trans during the November 2nd coronation celebration that was taking place at the Ethiopian Embassy in Washington, D.C. It was presented to him by Prince Bernardus Haile Selassie for his relentless and uninterrupted determination to carry out Rastafari for over 7 decades. Osiris continues to lead the Rastafari movement within Washington, D.C. and remote that is now generations strong. Some of the knowledge, the sharpest mind, and massive to every breath, were you completely and pure heart to carry out and time. Our Osiris is the original fire.
Yes, I give thanks. Yeah, it's a joy for the eyes to see the works. I pray thee for the sound issues, but give thanks sound team for doing what we could there. This is just a small piece of a larger works that Osiris and I have started the last 3 or 4 years, really. I think that it's been necessary for a bigger film project to be told on Osiris for the last 15 years, but I'm thankful that we've been able to do it now and get the footage that we have. So some of those interview pieces are part of, like I said, the bigger thing that we're doing, which everyone will be able to see at some point down the road. But in the meantime, because I know it was difficult to hear, if anyone wants that link, you can just make I know and I'll send it forward. And I think the Dazzle Posse has it as well. Give thanks again, and give thanks for Papa Osiris, all the continual works and the teachings. I think the biggest thing that I see today is just the generations, generations and generations of ones who have caught that teaching and caught that same energy and fearless determination to do the works. So let's continue the works for Osiris' sake and all of our elders who have set the pace for I. That's how we give thanks.
All right, take down the music. We are going forward in our program. This is the time of the evening where we're going to ask the community to come and give some tributes. We have a 3-minute maximum. I don't want to, I want to feel like I'm rushing them. I am not disrespecting a man. If I touch you gently on your shoulder, it just means that in 3 minutes, I seal up, okay? We have a lot of ones, a lot of love here, and we're going to call on certain ones. So certain ones, if you know that you must say something, come and say a song. If not, we're going to call on certain ones to block. But you have 3 minutes. We're going to start off with our special guest coming from the North Carolina Rastafari Union. Mama, I fear. Put your hands together, please. Give a warm Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia welcome to our special guest.
In the eyes? In the eyes? In the eye. You know, I'm sitting down here and I'm watching the screen, but it's personal for me because I have tried the journey with conscience, So we give thanks for the girl gathering here. My father, Biggie Ireland, was very close icon brethren to Congo Iris. If you look at the picture with the boat again, I sent it to a brethren who come from West Kingston. And when he saw it that I was attending today, and he looked at it, he said, Ian, Iris look like they're brothers. They are them see that one with Biggie Iris and Congo Iris. It was when I was in Ralak. I remember the year 2014. So it's not just a thing where I can just sit down and watch it, because I have tried with all the ancients that showed on there, you know? And it's over 40 years. But I would not give up Rastafari for nothing. I would live it again and again and again. Because looking through creation really and truly is what set the moral tone for humanity. We give thanks for Haile Selassie I and their most royal highness, Empress Menen, as for who set the precedence of principle without a doubt. The ancient teacher once eat up ital sick live food and give eyes to the living I shall not die. And I like this chant very much, and I will close with this chant. It says, long, long time ago, I hear Haile Selassie first calling. If there is a could join I with the chant, because they don't know the power of the might. This is our life, I love it. Long, long time ago, I hear I listen the first long, long time ago. Long, long time ago, I hear I listen Lassie first calling I shall live I shall not die, forever, forever. I shall live forever, perpetuity. I shall not die. I shall not die. I have come I say I shall live forever. It's true.
Yeah, but go.
And I shall live forever. Yes, I give thanks and I do. So I was just talking to myself and getting emotional, and I'm saying that I should not leave the family by just having the event and not set up a space where I can go through a healing process. And I have feelings and I have emotions. set a precedent where the generation can go through a sense of healing, having experiences these challenges, you know, love Rastafari.
And the North Carolina Rastafari Union, NCRU, in North Carolina have recently completed in our baby tabernacle. And for the April 21st, 1966 anniversary, His Majesty's visit to
I shall not die.
I will travel to North Carolina to chant Isis at that tabernacle. So join I, rally in the numbers, and go and give Iris blessing for us all the Isis.
All right. So we're opening the floor.
Raspo. You're going to check trouble.
We have 3-minute timer here. So please
Sorry about that.
forward, family. While we wait for ones to forward, I will give a tribute